my turn. So I've actually prepared just a little bit of a PowerPoint presentation. Just to give you something visual. I thought that's what we were supposed to do, actually. Let me set this up real quick.
Oh,
See if it comes on.
Last time.
Yeah, last time.
there you go.
All right, there we go.
There you go.
So I have 4 points, basically, and just a little bit about my academic advising background. When I came in, my 2010, I was a visiting assistant, and that fall, no advisees. That spring, I ended up at 25. The next year, 2011, I became a tenure-track assistant professor and had 50 advisees, and I've had about 50 advisees ever since. So I've seen it all. And now that we, in the College of Health Sciences, we actually have, with our kinesiology program, we've broken it up into pre-kinesiology and kinesiology. So we actually have a college advisor advise the pre-kinesiology, those freshman and sophomore students, and now we just strictly advise the juniors and seniors once they transition into that. So what I've learned in those I learned baptism by fire, and what worked and what didn't work. And so it's always about the student experience. It's the first thing. Right? If you were in their shoes, what would you want? Right? I'll talk about investing time in the advising meeting, 30 minutes. Just expect to spend 30 minutes in that meeting, please. Don't take their word for it. Look up the degree audit. Right?
Good one.
Yeah, and then give them something tangible to walk out of the office with. So, if you were in their shoes, what would you want, right? It's always, I've always said this, it's always about the student experience, right? So you want them to walk out of there feeling good and that they've accomplished something, that they have a plan. Make sure they come prepared. So I've had students come to my office for an advising meeting and they just walk in with no plan at all, not even knowing how to look at their degree audit or anything like that. So when we set it up, I'm like, well, take a look at the scheduled classes, look at your degree audit, come with a plan, right? So they have to do a little bit of work on the forefront there. Have they looked at their degree? Do they know how to look at their degree audit, right? Sometimes you have to show them. So get to know them, like you said, What do they want to do with their career? Where are they going to go? Are they a student athlete? These things are important in how you advise each student, for sure. So invest time, right? Just plan on 30 minutes. Expect this meeting to last this long. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it lasts 45. It just really depends. I always listen first. Right? Listen to what they want. Listen to their story. Listen to why they're there. See why. Just make a connection with them. And then ask questions. You mentioned ask questions. You definitely have to ask questions, right? What are they interested in? I have so many freshman, sophomore kinesiology students who want to go into PT. 75% come in wanting to go to PT. We'll probably have 5% actually go there. Right? They just don't understand how rigorous it is. So they have these aspirations when they first come in. And sometimes you have to be honest with them. You always have to be honest with them. Know your program's curriculum. So has it changed, right? In kinesiology, we have a new curriculum, the new prerequisites. Know what your prerequisites are for each course. Know who teaches those courses. Know when they're taught, right? We developed a 4-year plan for the students. It's just something tangible when they come in. It's a recommended course setting that's very flexible, but it kind of presents an expectation for the 4 years, right? Know the university curriculum. It's very important that you know what the experiential learning requirements are. What courses are in fine arts. What progression they need to take. What are the requirements for English 203 and history and humanities and international studies. You got to know these requirements so that you can plan ahead. Right? It's imperative, you know what, the worst thing you could do is advise someone to take a class that they don't need. You know, and that's just a wasted semester. So don't take their word for it, right? They're gonna come in there and tell you, oh, I took this, I'm transferring this credit in. Always view the student degree audit. I always look it up, just to check what they're saying with what's actually is recorded. You need to know how to navigate the web advisor. You need to know how to navigate the degree audit, what it all means, what the university curriculum is, what the major requirements are, what the minor, where all that's located, all those little G's and R's and everything on the sides. You need to know what that means so that you're better informed about what the student needs to do. Right? They get 2 grade replacements, just 2. And sometimes they need to use those, and sometimes they have already used them. Right? You need to inform them of that. Right? And you got to be honest with them. Right? That's, you really have to be honest. I think you mentioned this. It takes 15, on average, 15 credits a semester to graduate. They got to know that. So if they register for 15 and then they withdraw from one, now they're down to 3 credits. I don't know how many seniors have extended their undergraduate career because they come into their senior year and they withdraw from classes, and now all of a sudden they have more credits than they can take. Right? So student athlete is another one. A lot of our students in kinesiology are student athletes, so we deal with this on a daily basis. 60% are. You have to know that their progress toward degree so that they're eligible to be to play. And so they have to have 12 credits a semester. So you have to know where they are in their standing. Sometimes they drop classes, sometimes they get bad grades, right? And so sometimes you got to work to get them eligible to play, right? So these are some of the things that we work on. And then I say, give them something tangible. When they walk out of the office with something tangible, they feel good about it, right? So I have a Word document of the next semester. So when we meet, I plan out this Word document. I actually have an illustration here. So this is something that I do for them. This is their weekly planner, right? And so I'll meet with them, and we'll go over their classes, and I will actually look them up, see if they're available, see when the times are. And we will plan it out so that they can see what their schedule looks like. And it also helps me to navigate, where they have space, and what works better. And then I print this out and I give it to them. Right? I also save an electronic copy so I know where I told them, right, in their file. So that's really important too. Let's see. A PDF file of the advising section and course plan. So I had a lot of students I was trying to keep track of, and they always want to know, how do I, if I take this course and get this grade, how does that affect my GPA? It's like, what grades do I need to get in order to get a 3.5? Well, that's hard to do, right, with degree audit. And so I created an Excel worksheet that has our check sheet in it, where I can input grades and it will automatically calculate what the GPA is. So I'll show you what that looks like. I call it the GPA calculator. Let's see here. I want this to be small. Not that big. So this is what it looks like. You can see that? This is a check sheet. I put their name here and their ID. This is the core curriculum. This is our lower division prerequisite requirements, our upper division requirements. Then we have the in general electives, and in through here you can see I have how many credits they have at the lower division, major credits, the degree credits, overall credits, and I check this with the degree audit to make sure they match up, right? And what you see in the columns are how many hours did they transfer the class. If they transfer it, then I can take that out and have it transfer. What grade did they earn in what semester? Was it less than a C? So you get a little asterisk out here, you can automatically see, is it less than a C? Maybe this is a grade that they need to do a grade replacement on, right? And so you can fill it in as you go, right? And you get their lower division cumulative GPA. You get their kinesiology major GPA, and then you get their overall GPA. So these are tangible things that they like to see, right? You can also plan it out. So when we meet, we come up with that weekly planner, then I'll put in here, this person is not registered for this course. Or we have planned for them to take it in this spring semester so that we can see the plan. And then to the side, which you see over here on the next sheet, I have the next semesters. And if they need a 4-year plan, some athletes need to see, can they graduate on time? Then I can just pull out the courses over here and we can come up with a 4-year plan or a 2-year plan or whatever to get them so that they know they need to take these courses in order to graduate on time. So that's kind of the plan. And what I do is I print this out and I give it to them, right? And they walk out with it. And then I also save the Excel file in their folder so that I know what we talked about, what we planned, and where they're currently at. And there you go, right? That's the record of advising meetings. So next time they come in, I can just pull this up. I see what we planned, what we talked about, and where we need to go from there. What classes they withdrew from. I can now change that, you know, and say, okay, now we have to add this into this schedule. So these are just some of the things that I do.
Yeah. You can hold that.